Hi everyone! Today is Evo day. I am watching some Evo right now, but I had to take this little break just to talk to you guys about episode 23 of KIRAKIRA Precure. You guys know that I'm loving this season so much and I've been anticipating Cure Parfait for quite a while, but this little saga, the last saga that we had, was a little of a letdown for me. It was not as good as the rest of the season, but this episode blew me out of the water. This was such a breakdown for Precure, and it was such a breakdown for the season. It was probably one of the best episodes of Precure so far, and I'm so excited. There's so much to say, so let's jump right into it. First of all, we've had Picario back. Giulio came back, and he was now out of Noir's influence, right? So this is the first thing that we have to notice. But I thought that he was going to be very regretful, very sad, but no, he had that sassy personality and he still blamed Kirarin for what happened to him. And that was a very nice surprise to me because I thought it was going to be that regretful, sad little thing. He wasn't, and he kept his personality. That was very interesting. And obviously, Kirarin was feeling very sad, and she was very upset by what she did unknowingly. She didn't do that because she wanted to, but she did it anyway. And she was very sad, and that made lots of things happen in this episode. And I've been complaining a lot about how the other characters have been shafted in the last arc, the last little CL arc, and they've been like totally in the background. It didn't even appear to say something special, but in this episode, things were different. First of all, Yukari was the first one to actually talk to Giulio or to Picario, and I loved her face. The girls always had opportunities to shine. It was a very nice scene when Aoi was holding Picario in her hand. I mean, that was totally to be expected. It was totally to be expected that Ichika would hold him, but she didn't. It was Aoi, and that was very nice. That was really nice in my opinion, and I was not expecting that. So I loved it. I loved the way it was shown, and you know, all the girls had their little time to shine as people, not as cures. As cures, they've been shafted, but that's to be understandable because today was a day Cure Parfait was going to shine. And first thing that was very interesting was that CL was trying to emulate what Ichika did, those animal sweets, just to become like Ichika. And she kind of forgot that she had to be herself to be a precure and to have her own power. And then at that part, it was very interesting when Noir came up, and I don't know why, but why didn't the girls just right at that moment transform and try to confront Noir? They were so scared, and I didn't really understand why. But then we had that special scene that I loved in which they've been inside Kirarin's dark heart, and I loved that because it was really intense, it was really powerful, and we saw how much she was grieving, how much she was suffering. And another thing that I loved about that part was that we learned more about Giulio and about Picario's turning into Giulio and becoming evil, becoming a villain. He became a villain, but his sweets were very weak, and they've been lacking Kirakiraru way before that. So Noir didn't completely brainwash him. He used Giulio's current situation at the time to turn him into a villain, but Giulio was feeling that way. So when there was a moment in the episode that he said like, "It was not your fault, it was my fault. I was feeling that way already," and that was very nice. So it was very nice to see him doing the sweets, and it was very nice to see him creating the sweets and using it with CL, and so that she could wake up, and that was very beautiful. Her waking up with the power of Giulio's sweets. That was amazing. And I loved how CL was able to break out of that bad dream, of that nightmare, and she became very powerful. I loved the way she was making the sweets all by herself, and she had to cook something so that she could become a cure just like the other ones. I was not expecting that, but that happened, and she did that with the power, with her own power, with Giulio's power, and with the other cure's power. That was also very nice. And when she became Cure Parfait, I already did my video reaction to Cure Parfait's transformation. And when she did that, when she transformed, her transformation is so beautiful. But before that, Noir appeared and Julio had to run to protect his sister. And when he did, he was struck with Noir's power. Noir's power crashed right through him, and unfortunately, he had to sacrifice himself so that she could become Cure Parfait. I loved that her wand is actually Julio's weapon, purified, and that was also a very nice touch. And I loved how Julio sent his Kirakiraru to her, and then she could become this amazing, gorgeous, powerful cure. And that was so interesting. So the fight was gorgeous. The other girls, they didn't do much, but I loved how Cure Parfait used her powers. The animation was top notch, and I loved when she created that rainbow and the cures went running to that rainbow. Oh my god, that scene will be forever engraved in my heart just because, you know, it's just too powerful to me, at least. And rainbow means a lot to an LGBT person. At least to me it does. So I know that it has nothing to do with that in the Precure world, but you know what I mean, right? It's a reference and I read it that way. It does not mean that it was their intention. So, okay. After all, the fighting scene was gorgeous, and her power is a little too big, it's too long, but amazing and so beautiful. Oh my god, what was that? I love that. And I love how she uses French words for her powers because it has a lot to do with her character. But right at the end, we learned that Julio actually had to sacrifice himself for her to become Cure Parfait. He ended up dying for her to become Cure Parfait. What was that? I was so struck and I was so impressed. I was so shocked. Guys, I don't know what to do. We've been talking here on the channel, there were lots of comments about what's going to happen to Julio, what's going to be his role. Right now, onwards in this season, we were not expecting this at all. I mean, this is something that does not happen in Precure, usually. We see this happening in Precure in very specific moments, but it doesn't happen usually. I was so shocked and I was so sad, and it was something that struck me very hard. Another thing that struck me very hard in this episode was Biburi. Biburi is totally maniac, and Noir uses that to his advantage, and he said like, this is time for you to show your love to me, and that was so creepy and cringy. And Precure doesn't do that. What is going on with Precure? Oh my god, this is really something else. And yeah, that was very cringy, but in a good way, you know. It's nice to see villains that are totally maniac like that. And, well, time is running out. I don't have space on my cell phone, so I have to cut short. Anyways, loved this episode. One of the best Precure episodes ever. This is so good. I loved it. Next episode, we're gonna see more of Cure Parfait and more of CL and new villains. Those guys, it seems that those guys are hot. Oh my god, those new villains. And I'm very excited to see them. And one last thing. Julio disappeared, but I am pretty sure he's going to be revived in some form. Because his Kirakiraru, when he died, he became Kirakiraru-like. And it flew to the mountain, and it's probably going to be in that Precure shrine they found there. So I'm pretty sure he's going to appear at least in some point of this series. I'm pretty sure of that. What if he were reborn and became Cure Waffle? That would be mind-blowing. Guys, please leave a comment with your opinions. This episode was gorgeous. I'm pretty sure you guys loved it too, even though we had this tragic event. But who knows, right? Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.